Fellas, video for K10 crawler. We got a hood that shuts, got some decent gaps, we got some headlights going in, so stick around. Show you how we got here. All right, fellas, here's the current situation. We got about 800 tacks all around. We got this big thing here that I don't know what we're gonna do there. So we're gonna fold up, and we're gonna get here. Probably gonna be some cutting and folding and welding and cutting and folding and Bondo probably. But anyhow, so coming along here, I got those like welded to the top kind. I mean, you know, hard to weld that thin stuff, especially with flux core, but I think I got enough tacks on there to hold up. And then I just tacked it all along here. All right, fellas, here we are. We got a hood that closes, and I just really need to bend the edges some more. I have some, it's kind of weird, like I noticed like these, like the edges are drooped down a little bit. Like you can see with the grill how it's like pushed up on the sides, and then the middle is like kind of bowed up. So I don't know, I might play with that a little bit. Overall, I'm not too unhappy with it. Everything right now is kind of like a rough bend. Just kind of bend it, hit it with a dead blow. Stuff like that. Right here, I made some cuts and bent it over. And you can see up here, like I have a, you know, like the gap's really not that bad. And then up here, it's pretty tight. So I'm probably gonna bend that a little bit. I'm pretty happy with this side here. I might try to try to get rid of this like white area. And then over here, I got a little bit too much, so I'm gonna work on trying to get this back and then bringing that in a little bit. So hell to the yeah. All right, guys, we're back on the hood here. I don't know, I've been working it for a little while. So you can see there, like, it's coming along. So I kind of worked this out a little bit so that there wasn't that much of a gap. I think that's really kind of working for me. It's not really too bad. Everything's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it up until like here. I worked on this a little bit. I'm probably gonna fold it like just a little bit more, hammer it down a little bit, just get a little bit more clearance. But it's not that bad overall. So next up, I'm gonna move over here. I did start working on this. I kind of drew a line where I needed to kind of fold it in a little bit more. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit more here. And then right here, I'm gonna do the same thing where I kind of fold it out and in, put a piece of wood or something behind it to get a new, kind of like a more straight, you know, matching kind of gap. So I'll work on that for a little bit, and we'll see how she comes out. All right, guys, coming along on the hood, you can see the gap on this side. I'm really happy with this, really happy. I think this side turned out well. I'm good to go. On this side, I've been working on it for a little while. I mean, it hasn't really taken me that long, but you know, I kind of drew on it and areas that I needed to fix up, and just kind of folding out and refolding and just trying to shape it, and then put a piece of wood behind it, tap it, and it's coming along. I did cut this a little short, but that's okay. I'm gonna weld like a radius piece of metal behind it, probably just to give it more rigidity anyway, since this is like this. So I'll might weld these and then grind them, and you know what I mean, just make it look better. You know, obviously, you know, once you get the shape, then you can kind of do whatever you want. But hell yeah, so it's coming along. I got I'm a little bit tight right here, so I'm gonna do a little bit more folding and hammering. And then as far as the shape of the hood, I think we're doing all right. Where I'm at right now is I'm debating on my lights, on my lighting. I really want the factory lights and turn signals back in here. I think that looks cool. Like, I like the look of the factory lights with the little short grill. So I'm probably gonna keep working on that. Just try to get that together. All right, fellas, I think my gap's pretty acceptable now, right here and over there. So basically how it works is I've got a mount here, little angle iron guy, and it's on this lip, and then down there the fender is actually on, like on this in the back. I don't know if he can get you in there. So it's probably just let it sag a little bit because, you know, I cut the edges off so there's no like bent up lip or anything. So I just jacked it up a little bit. I loosened the bolts, and then I tighten them back down, and so it's holding pretty well. So that gap is pretty acceptable. All right, guys, slight dilemma here. So you can see at the top, like it looks really good. It's nice and flush. I just got it kind of chilling here, but down here, it's not letting it go. Now this side will push back a little bit, but this side won't. So I'm gonna have to either cut this, recess it back more. Is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. All right, fellas, I think I got it where I wanted it. I had to cut a bunch more. Good thing I did anyways, because I needed to get the access to this bolt, so I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit more anyway. So I like the way it's sitting. You know, the headlight, a little bit recessed. This can come out a little bit, but it's flush pretty much with the fender, which I like, so I can bring the top out. Yes, I like that. So that looks good to me. Messed around and cut more out, and then you can see here, like, that is the edge of the piece that I grafted on here, and it aligns perfectly with the old hole that was on here. So, hell yeah.